Hey everyone! Today we're going to be doing something super exciting in my opinion, and that is starting a brand new journal. I'm getting my supplies here together just real fast, and then I want to show you what I'm doing. So this is a title page or a cover page, and essentially it's just introducing my notebook into kind of the phase of life that I am in right now. Things that were important to me, or just how I'm feeling in a visual way. So in this one, I have already organized my stuff together. I kind of have an idea of what kind of color vibes I'm going for. And that is going to be honest, kind of a pink and orange vibe. I remember when I was little, especially like in kindergarten and in elementary school, I hated the color pink. It was the worst color you could possibly ask me to entertain. And I think that's mostly because, boys like blue, that means girls like pink. And I really wanted to not be held to that stereotype. But now that I'm older, I'm out of school now, and pink is a pretty amazing color. It's not my favorite color, but it is a much more enjoyable color than it used to be, and I definitely embrace it more than I used to. So, as any of you probably know, if you journal, you gotta kind of rearrange things and figure out how you're going to put them in there. I wasn't really sure exactly the way that I didn't have a plan already made up in my head. I just knew the colors and the generic look and things I was going to use. So I'm kind of setting things up, arranging them, seeing what looks best in my opinion, and we'll go from there. A lot of the things that I use in my journal are either, I've got thrifted, so they might be from like a book sale or a thrift shop or some sort of secondhand situation. Another one is I get magazines from my parents. I go through their trash, their recycling. That is my favorite pastime when I go visit them. And they get a lot of really neat magazines. I really like I think it's Better, well, I do get some Better Home and Gardens from them, but it's Garden Gate. Garden Gate has some really beautiful floral and artistic pieces in there that I like to use. So those are the two main, and then I also like to print a lot of stuff off. So obviously that photo of me is printed off. Another source that I get a lot of my things from are pen pals. I've just recently started pen paling this last summer, and I actually really enjoy it. I wasn't really sure about it at first because I was not interested in writing the letter so much as I was interested in trading stationery and stickers. But honestly, writing the letter has become a very fun part of it to me. I like to read other people's letters and what they're doing in their life and how things are going. And it's kind of nice being able to share things about myself to somebody else. And of course, always be safe. If you are looking for a pen pal, make sure they're a real person. Get to know them before you send your address, especially if you're using a personal address. So I definitely talked to all these people before I sent my personal address to them. But yeah, I really enjoy it, and I would recommend it for anybody who is interested in journaling or artistic type things. I think people who junk journal and normal journal would be the most interested in possibly picking up a pen pal. Yeah, I don't know what I was going to say after that. I remember what I was going to say. Hold up. It was something along the line of sharing your life. Oh yeah, for me as a young 20-some-year-old, it's kind of not necessarily hard to make friends, but people don't seem to want to become friends. And if they say they want to become friends, they generally tend to be on the shallower side. And I feel like with pen paling, it actually has given me an opportunity to meet people all across the nation. I'm just doing in the US right now, who have very similar and like-minded hobbies and interests, and who are my age and are interested in becoming friends and telling me about their story. And it has really brought me to feel like there's a place that I belong. There's people who want to be interested in me, and maybe if we were close enough and physically close enough, like in the real world, that people we would hang out with and spend time with. Writing pen pal letters is kind of like a virtual way of spending time with them without a screen. I don't know, something like that. It's really given me an opportunity to make friends in the US, personally. I feel just only a little tiny bit bad that this was recorded in August, and I won't actually be getting it out until September. It's actually September 6th when I am doing this voiceover, and partly because I may have forgotten that I prepped this video, but also August has kind of been a busy month. I switched jobs sort of during this month. I do exactly the same job, but my company was shut down, so I had to transfer to another location. And it's not the same job that I used to love. Of course, I'm doing exactly the same tasks and stuff, but the management just does not feel like they care for me as much as my old place did, which I really miss. School. Oh, look at me, put that on upside down. Watch me realize it here in a moment. Yep, there I am realizing it. School has also started, and I was taking 3 classes. I may have possibly dropped one of my composition classes. Oops. But my other 2 are environmental classes. And let's see, one of them won't actually start until October, which is a surprise to me. I didn't realize that. But I think I will really enjoy my environmental science class. It's already talked about some really interesting topics that I was aware of but wasn't very educated on. What else happened this month? I just feel like August was really busy. We got back from our trip in St. Louis. I think there'll be another video about that. We'll see. But it was an okay trip. It wasn't our best trip, my boyfriends and I, but it was definitely worth the experience. I think we missed a lot of the things that we planned, and I think we're both a little frustrated with the trip and not having it fully planned out. But that's alright. That happens. Out of all the other trips that we've had, this is the first one to kind of not go smoothly. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening in August, so I just forgot about this video and am finally getting it out, hopefully later this week. And yeah, hopefully September, we'll see where I'm going. I am kind of I am playing with concepts and ideas for possibly either like a small stationery shop or a like snail mail subscription. We'll see how I decide to go with that. But it would be really nice to be able to make some side money without having to depend so completely on a traditional job for income. And I think, like so many others in the Northern Hemisphere at least, I'm ready for fall. I'm ready for the cozy, comfy blankets and sweaters and the fall scented candles and baking and cooking warm foods again. I don't know, it just feels so nice. And also with the job that I work, I'm outside all day. It's a very physical job, so it's just been so hot here in the Midwest. And I'm ready for that weather, for the temperature to cool down. Oh yeah, I'm ready for it, guys. Let's see. Looks like I'm getting pretty close to finishing up here, doing the stickers, and I think I will be, if I remember, I've got stickers, then I've got the deco stickers, and then I like to draw in little sparkles and just sort of fun stuff with my spread. I hope that you've enjoyed watching it so far. I'm kind of running out of things to talk about, So I might leave you guys off just to finish off the last couple of minutes by yourself. I will advertise myself though. Please like, subscribe, follow. Those are the same thing. Do whatever you need to do if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more. I also do have a TikTok right now. You can find me at Pigeon Pages on TikTok, and I do have Instagram. I believe it's the same handler. That also it's pigeon_pages. But I do have those also if you want to see more of my stuff. I generally post on TikTok the most just because it's the easiest in my opinion. But yeah, I think I will leave you all off for now, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!